So, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Deputy Minister Azimov, dear Araz, ladies and gentlemen, from the outset, I would like to thank you all for being present here today, accepting this invitation, and I am personally deeply honored. It gives me a great pleasure to address you today following a very consistent and productive round of consultations with our guest and friend, Deputy Foreign Minister Araz Azimov. Let me express my satisfaction for the meaningful discussions we had, covering a very wide range of issues, and among them our bilateral political dialogue, our economic and energy relations, the cooperation in the fields of culture and education, Euro-Atlantic, European cooperation, regional issues. So we basically discussed everything. And these are proofs of the complexity of our bilateral relations. Your visit, Deputy Ministers, comes in a context when we have recently marked on the 19th of June 20 years since Romania and Azerbaijan established diplomatic relations. So I take this opportunity to convey to you, Mr. Azimov, and to our Azerbaijani friends, my warm congratulations on this anniversary moment. First of all, some remarks on our consultations. We have explored a series of concrete projects that could be taken forward and developed. We discussed about our energy projects. We discussed about organizing IT economic forums, organizing events on energy issues, setting up a center for renewable energies, cooperation on other areas. Of course, we have concurred that we should strive for more economic results in our bilateral relations, because they have to match the level of our political dialogue to reflect the real potential of the cooperation that we have between our countries, diversifying economic cooperation, identifying new fields of common interest. This represents a medium and long-term objective, but also a very good investment in our future. And we agreed that one of the best allies we could have is the Joint Intergovernmental Economic Commission, and preparatory work for its fifth session to be organized in Bucharest in the near future is underway. A direct high-capacity freight corridor between the Caspian Sea and the Black Sea. This is another matter we have discussed. Among its benefits would be a direct and faster transport link between the EU shore and South Caucasus, together with reduced time and costs of transporting goods between Romania, the EU in general, and Azerbaijan, and also the Central Asia. From Constanța port, the goods can be transported further to Europe through the Danube, Black Sea Canal, and the Danube River. The discussions we had today with the Deputy Minister Azimov highlighted once more the excellent level of the political dialogue between Romania and Azerbaijan. They have also benefited from the very active and wise involvement of President Aliyev. It was an excellent opportunity for us to assess in a very comprehensive manner the status of implementation of the 2011 action plan under our strategic partnership, with a focus on economy and energy. We have 20 years of diplomatic relations. As a matter of fact, Romania was the second country in the world to recognize the independence of Azerbaijan 20 years ago. Within these 2 decades, we have succeeded to build excellent relations, which are today defined by this strategic partnership launched in 2009. We have made sustained efforts to strengthen our political and economic ties. Throughout this time span, there were 15 high-level visits between our countries, and I think that this is a confirmation of the quality of our political dialogue. Since early 90s, both Romania and Azerbaijan have changed considerably. Romania is today a member of the European and Euro-Atlantic community. We pursue an active and constructive policy in the wider Black Sea region. Azerbaijan has become a fast-developing country with a boosting economy and playing, of course, this is a truism already, a key role not only in the region, but internationally. Its role in ensuring the energy security in Europe has shaped with increased vigor. These years, 2009-2011, marked a decisive benchmark in our bilateral relations, the formal recognition that it was high time to bring them to a higher qualitative level. These years marked a peak in our bilateral relations, certified by the Declaration on Establishing the Strategic Partnership in 2009, and two years later, in 2011, of the Action Plan for implementing the partnership. Our countries are bound by concrete projects, set to build new pipelines that will supply the European market with gas. Azerbaijan is to Romania both a friend and a partner, a state with a considerable potential to strengthen the competition on the European energy market. The AGRI project, we have discussed about this today and yesterday, initiated by our countries together with Georgia and Hungary, will be a tangible result of the Romanian-Azeri cooperation. It has several merits since it can provide the shortest route between the gas fields in the Caspian Sea and the European markets, and it is the first energy project using LNG technology in the Black Sea area. So we have agreed that we should transform AGRI in a flagship project of our strategic partnership. Talking about AGRI, of course, gets us logically to Nabucco, since it complements it. We received with satisfaction the recent decision in June by the Shah-Deniz Consortium to select the Nabucco West proposal as the pipeline option for the potential export of Shah-Deniz to Central and Southeast Europe. And I'm glad to mention this. 5 years ago, the Azerbaijani state company SOCAR was entering the Romanian market by opening a subsidiary in Bucharest. And this step has opened new horizons for developing the dialogue with the representatives of the Romanian companies in the oil and in the oil sector, and for identifying new and concrete opportunities for cooperation. On the Euro-Atlantic cooperation, based on the strategic relations that NATO has with Azerbaijan, the contribution of Azerbaijan is bringing in support of the ISAF operations in Afghanistan is to be noted with great appreciation. I would also mention here that the Embassy of Romania in Baku has been trusted for 2 consecutive years, between 2009 and 2012, the capacity of a NATO contact point. We see this as an indicator of the very good level of our bilateral relations. Of course, our agenda also touched upon regional issues as well. We have to do more about our regional cooperation, and I think Romania and Azerbaijan are in the best position to work together to this end. As countries located in the Black Sea region, I trust that our main task is to pledge and act towards fulfilling the potential of cooperation of the region in transport, infrastructure, trade, and energy areas. We should stop letting protracted conflicts in the region. We have also discussed about this as well, acting as vehicles enjoying new lines of division in Europe. Instead, we should act to turn these challenges to our cooperation into opportunities. We are not alone in this endeavor. A connection between the Danube strategy, the Eastern Partnership, the future Black Sea strategy can help us generate new synergies for the region. Ambitious projects such as establishing a network of universities in the region, facilitating people-to-people contact, strengthening the cooperation between the civil societies are only some initiatives in this regard. On such an anniversary moment, let me express my firm belief that the relations between Romania and the Republic of Azerbaijan will keep developing at the same pace to the benefit of both our bilateral interests and the wider Black Sea region. And now I have the pleasure to invite my good friend and colleague, Mr. Araz Azimov, to take the floor. Mr. Azimov is a very dedicated and knowledgeable diplomat. He has started his diplomatic career in the Ministry of Foreign Affairs back in 1989, serving his first 3 years in the Department of Information where he was promoted as Deputy Director. Later on, he has held the position of Head of the Department of International Organizations in the MFA of the Republic of Azerbaijan, and since 1994, he has been the Deputy Foreign Minister of Azerbaijan, which I think makes him the Dean of the Deputy Ministers of Foreign Affairs around Europe. Mr. Azimov also serves as the President Ilham Aliyev's Special Representative for the Nagorno-Karabakh conflict. So, dear Araz, without further ado, you have the floor.
Actually, I'm glad that coming to Bucharest I've been not only received with hospitality and welcome, and we had very good consultations yesterday and today, but also that you have scheduled this gathering, giving another highlight to very important stage, benchmark in relationship between two countries. And I'm glad that I am honored to be with you at this meeting with representatives of diplomatic corps stationed in Bucharest. You have left no issue untouched in your statement, providing the record of all aspects, making, in a way, my task not easier but difficult. Not to repeat whatever you have said, because I fully subscribe to every word. I would consider that as a truly statement of the relationship between two countries. Political basis and historical background and economic interests and geographical location and historical relations between nations, yet we have the first agreement between Azerbaijani dynasty of Akkoyunlu and great king of Romania, Stefan Chelmar, you say? From 1473. So we are, in a way, passing a long way, centuries-long way of relationship. And that would be quite natural, because just a short sight on the map would truly demonstrate the real mere reason of such close relationship. Two big states on the Black Sea and on the Caspian shores are dedicated to such partnership. They are like high towers of a bridge between two seas, and to realize that, I think we have to go back into the past experiences, but also look into the future and try to assess the present. Bogdan did this in his statement. I can add to this just few comments. First of all, Romania being one of two first countries after Turkey recognizing Azerbaijan's independence, made this not only emotional but politically sound decision, and taking this initiative of building relations with a country coming out from ruins of a collapsed Soviet Union with many problems in it and around it, getting further through first initial steps taken at the highest level, providing that very sound background, that foundation for continued political cooperation. We have, I would say, a traditionally sincere and good level of dialogue between presidents through all 20 years. And current presidents of both countries just maintain this initiative, taking further steps and taking, let's say, perspective and using the achieved, accumulated results. So we are dedicated and we are devoted and we are committed. This is a statement. What we do exactly, this is a real implementation. Azerbaijan and Romania established strategic partnership relations. We have maybe another example of strategic partnership relations between Azerbaijan and Turkey, established 2 years ago, and merely in the same time we have established such relations with Romania. I think that these relations would be further promoted, and I agree with Bogdan that economics must catch up with the politics and must be brought up to the level of the fully used potential and conforming with the sincerity and commitments of both sides. There are many opportunities for that. Bogdan mentioned already the energy issue, and I think that major strands for energy cooperation are very obvious. Azerbaijan is oil and gas producing state. Romania is too. Azerbaijan is providing the full-fledged infrastructure for transportation of oil and gas, and Romania is standing on the other shore of the Black Sea, providing an opportunity for developing the transportation system. We are looking forward for infrastructure investments in outside of Azerbaijan now. That could not happen some years ago, but recently, with the capacities and resources and revenues accumulated, Azerbaijan started very vigorous programs of investments into infrastructure of regional and trans-regional dimensions. We are investing in many countries now, and of course Romania welcomes such cooperation with Azerbaijan as well, and we shall take this opportunity on for sure. The connections between two countries over the Black Sea is another infrastructurally important element which will provide more transit opportunities, not only in terms of oil and gas transit, but also wider commodities transit, merchant transit, and we probably have to take practical steps towards that. Cooperation in political sphere takes us to many issues in the regional, trans-regional, European dimensions. Romania is NATO and EU partner member, and of course partnership with Romania is important from this point of view for Azerbaijan as well. Romania, with its own background, may understand better challenges which Azerbaijan is being faced with, and of course this is a good asset in getting right messages in Brussels. And of course elaboration of not one-size-fits-all based approach, but tailored approaches to specificities of regions, to specific aspects of countries, to concerns and security considerations and real interests and real demands. This is an approach which has to be properly nested and implanted in Brussels. And therefore I would count on continued political dialogue with Romania and other partners in the European Union, providing better, suitable, fitting models for cooperation and partnership with Azerbaijan. Azerbaijan is damn important. Yes, we are largest economy in the Caucasus. We are one of major contributors in oil and gas. We have strategic locations. We have transit opportunities. We have outreach to both civilizations, if there is any third one, but Christian and Muslim civilizations, European and Asian dimensions, East and Western dimensions. These are those major worlds where Azerbaijan belongs to too, both of them. One leg here, one leg there. It's a rather challenging position, but at the same time, we try to make full use and further develop the capacity of Azerbaijan as a partner enriching both sides, and by its own pattern demonstrating how a country with Muslim majority can be a tolerant, comfortable place for coexistence and peaceful coexistence of many confessionalities, many ethnicities, many groups. And Azerbaijan is quite active in this case. In face of Romania, we see a cultural partner, a humanitarian partner, because of Romania being exposed to this civilization, Romania being engaged in many ways. We see that we can further develop bilateral angle of this aspect in this area. I think that also security concerns on both sides dictate us to work more in this dimension. It is not only Afghanistan. Afghanistan is a historically important country for Azerbaijan. We have been around sometimes in the history. We have been crossing each other. We have been neighboring each other in the past. And of course, current situation in Afghanistan is not coming to our feeling of comfort and satisfaction. Of course, the situation there concerns us not only politically or ideologically or from a point of view of friendly relations with Afghans. It concerns us physically. It concerns us because only 1,200 kilometers separates us from Afghanistan, and trafficking, illegal migration, terrorism, these challenges are coming on our border. We meet them on the south, and this is somewhat brings Azerbaijan into a more important position of a southern gate of security area of European, wider European security area. Cooperation with NATO in ISAF probably would be diversified after 2014, but until 2014 there would be huge, massive transportation endeavor, where Azerbaijan will play increasing role with Georgia and Turkey because of new facilities being finalized now. Railroad from Baku to Tbilisi to Kars will take, including NATO commodities and goods, providing many opportunities for faster and cheaper transportation into Europe. Facilities of infrastructure and transportation and upload, download of cargoes on the shores of Azerbaijan is another important topic. But coming to the Caspian, of course, Caspian legal status is being discussed, and we would be really interested in learning experiences of other basins. Caspian Sea is not only providing opportunities, but also it's not only cheapest way for transportation from Central Asia to Azerbaijan and via Azerbaijan to Europe, but also it's a basin where many risks come around. Risks of trafficking, risks of proliferation. And security of oil and gas installations offshore is one of important areas where we're looking forward to cooperate with a marine state, Romania, which has certain experiences in maritime security. We also discussed cooperation in regional issues. It seems to me that Romania is one of those countries which properly understands the constellation of interests and the motivations and logics behind those, behind the scene, behind the curtains. Conflicts should not be simplified. These conflicts are not interethnic. These conflicts are kind of nourished and cultivated on the basis of geopolitics. Solutions are not easy. If that could be easy, I wouldn't have been busy through all 20 years with the Minsk Group negotiations. Stereotypes and cliches make really bad service to some or to majority of those outside observers who would hide behind easiness of a statement like Azerbaijan, a country with Muslim majority, oil-rich and conflict-torn. Azerbaijan today has become able to convey to the global community the truly image of the country. The country is dynamically progressive. The country is stable. The country is trustful partner. This country is contributing a lot into different areas of global and European and regional security. This country is a country of tolerance and multi-confessionality and multi-ethnicity. And therefore, reasons why this conflict is not solved so far, I think, must be searched in a different dimension. Ways for solutions. In general, Azerbaijan stands on the concept of reintegration, not disintegration. Azerbaijan provides a good opportunity, I think, for a neighboring country to benefit from the peace with its neighbor, and not to, or to drop the practice of arms twisting and using forceful position and using occupation. Occupation will not bring any good to the occupying power. Territories will be returned back. Populations will return back. Cooperation will be reestablished. Communications will be put in a mutual reciprocal use. Regional networks will be reestablished. And people in the states, neighboring states, will benefit from real peace and cooperation. Unfortunately, for the time being, the neighboring state is maintaining the position of exporting instability, having no other items for export, trying to influence through instability neighboring countries, squeezing Azerbaijan by occupation, squeezing Georgia with the problem of Armenian population in Javahetia, and running groundless political campaigns against Turkey. Such a policy will not take us further in a positive way. Such policy will not bring anything good to this neighbor. Armenia is suffering a lot now. Half of population has left. Economic resource is actually downsized severely, and there is no reason to be sure in additional resources. So such a policy has absolutely no perspective. Education is needed. Education in international law, education in rules of behavior, education in a behavior within the international community. And therefore, the role of Romania as a country which is, again, member of NATO and member of EU, and is able to convey the right ideas and defend right positions is quite important here. We need to educate Europeans more about realities in the ground, and we need to educate more Armenia about kind of rules of behavior. And we have to call on European Union not to shy off, to drop the fatigue approach, but to be engaged truly, because the real question of future of the South Caucasus is dependent on the settlement of this conflict. The chapter of the South Caucasus was opened on the new basis since 91, 20 years ago. And this chapter must be continued because so many good things have been done during 20 years. Alongside with conflicts, alongside with occupations, expulsion of people. But many things have been done giving opportunities to the world community to come into South Caucasus, to the people of South Caucasus to get integrated. And these things have been done by virtue of those regional projects conducted by Azerbaijan and Turkey and Georgia. This truly trilateral regional cooperation is a best pattern, is a best model to follow. And we would like only wish the fourth country of the region to join us. But certainly there are rules, there are principles, and there are those, you got to get ticket on the train. You cannot deny the rules which countries obey and comply with. Looking forward to further promotion of partnership between Azerbaijan and Romania, we discussed possibilities of somewhat mechanisms to be added, and of course we agreed with Bogdan to meet more often, truly on the regular basis, and to take more efforts into as what he calls line ministries. Those ministries which are dealing with concrete areas of economics, transportation, energy, and others. Conveying the impetus and providing momentum to further use the huge capacities of economic potential of cooperation between two countries and bring it up to the level of political cooperation, joint and mutual understanding and a really, truly strategic partnership of two countries. Sorry for speaking a bit long. Thank you.